So I've taken my piece of fabric and I folded it in half and then into a quarter and then into eighths. So I've ended up with the markings like this. Then I've taken the ultimate circle and just where my pen is, I've drawn a circle around which ends up about an 8-inch circle, and I've also echoed it with a 1/2 inch. Then I've also taken the ultimate square and I've done the same. I've lined it up with the lines, and right on the outer edge I've done a square which is about 13 inches, and then again I've echoed it with a 1/2 inch. I then decided I wanted to divide it even more, and I have these. These are interesting shapes. I've taken these, have come from a stationery shop, nowhere else, and you get a full set of them. Little different shapes, but I've taken the largest of these and I've taken it to the edge of the square, and you can see I have placed it there and drawn around it, flipped it over and done exactly the same again. Then I've taken them, so I've ended up with a shape like this. Then I've taken it all the way round to the 4 sides, making them exactly the same, and done a 1 3/4 inch line all the way around the square as well. So then I'm left with this area here where I'm going to find designs or pictures to represent a baby. I've taken these stock images from the internet and printed them out, and I will use these in the areas in the 4 corners. Not all, but most of them. I've now basted my quilt and everything is on. You can see some of the design a little bit better. So it's coming along very nicely. And I'm going to choose, I think, for this one, primary colours for the, and it will be a variegated thread, I think, but we'll go and have a look and see. Okay, I've brought it over to the machine now, and you can see the round circle, which is the first area I'm going to work on. What I'm doing is I'm putting it in a thread that's very near to the colour of the fabric, because I want to be able to take away the pins. So I will go round these outlines first, just so that I can do that. So I've gone round once, and now I'll take it around the second one for you to see, which is quite easy. You're just following a line, to be honest. We need to be able to put the design onto the quilt, and this is the easiest way I find to do it. And now I'm going to move it over to the outside square, where again I want to be able to outline it, pull it tight and outline it. And then eventually, once this square is done, I shall take away the pins within that square. This is not crucial quilting because it's going to disappear into the background, but it wants to be as good as it can be. You see, I will stop and reposition quite often. So you can see we've come all around the 4 squares here, and I'm going to deal with 1/4 at a time. It makes it easier for everybody. So I'm going to start, I think, with this area here, where you can see this design that I've put up around here. It's because it's on this edge here, and I'm going to just go round it. And again, this is simply because I want to be able to eliminate all my pins. It's hard working with pins and they keep popping off and do what they like to do, so if they're not there, they can't interfere. I don't need to do the inside of this design, just the outside, just so that the pins are gone. And again, there's one on this side as well, so we'll come round and we'll do that one as well. I'm using the glide foot because I find it very easy to sew with. I know mine is a whole cloth, so there's not a lot of bumps and whatnot in it, but I do quite like to use the foot. I think it's easy to see where we're going and how we're dealing with it. And it doesn't push the fabric in any way whatsoever. So then I'm going to upload this now, and I'm going to go around the outside of this little chair. I don't need any of the detail yet, just the outside, just so that it's putting it in place. There we go. So I'm happy with that. I don't need any more detail on that at the moment, because I can fill that in with what colours, ever colours I'm using. And we're going around this little bottle as well. And again, just needs to echo around. Nothing else at the minute. We have a spoon here, so we'll put the spoon in. And then over, I think this is a nappy. I'm not sure whether it'll stay, but at the minute, hopefully it will, because we'll be able to see it better once the inner design is put in. And the little jockey. I do like the way this machine will just lift and move, and I don't have to worry about lifting the foot up and down. It does it automatically. And we're going to go around this teddy bear, just around the outside. We don't need any detail as yet. Like I say, this thread, hopefully, it has always buried before, so I wouldn't think it would be any different now. And this is why I like pins out, and then I don't have to deal with them later. We've got all these all now put together. We've gone round all the outlines, that's all we need. And then I just need now to take all this area here and tidy it up before we continue with the next bit. Well, I've moved over to this second area and I've repositioned the camera a little bit because I thought it was a little bit low. So let's hope this one comes out a little bit better. And I'm going to start with this area here with this long part of the framework that we've got. And then we're just going to take from the corner there and go round. jump over to the second one there on this side. Continue round doing all the small elements, and on here we have a little pram. So again we will just go round the outside of these. So I will continue going round this one and the other two corners, and then we'll come back when we've got them all filled. So we've now got to the end and we've got all four corners done, and we can eliminate all our pins now, and then we'll put it out and see what the full picture looks like. Hopefully now you can see better the outline and the detail of the quilt that we're going to now create. All the pins from the centre have been taken away, so we can now deal with all the four areas. So we're going to deal with the centre first, and maybe around the framework. And I'm going to use the variegated gold colours in this area. To start with, I'm going to go around the inner and outer line of the square, again totally in the colour, this gold variegated colour that I'm doing freehand, but this can be done with a ruler. Just really what your preference is. Just finish coming down the end of this inner line. We'll just continue going round these. It's a slow process, but that's fine. No need to hurry. So we're just coming up round to the very last one on the edge of this frame. So we'll just go round it. And then we have to make a decision. How are we going to fill this centre? How are we going to make it unique? How are we going to make it stand out? So while you're going round all these lovely lines, that's what you've got to be thinking. What's next? What's the next part of what we're going to do? So I've gone round all of this, and I've left the centre because this is where the baby's name and birth date and everything will come into it. So I won't actually do anything with this until really nearer the end. So I now have to decide, what am I going to put into this area? What am I going to put in to these areas? And I probably will go round these shapes a couple of times so that they stand out, and leave them as shapes. But I will find a design to come in here. So we'll go and have a look. Okay, so I've gone away, and this is a design I've wanted to do for a while, and it is random flowers. Now I've not done it in a quilt before as such, so I've actually drawn it in, but I'm going to show you how that. Okay, so I thought I would show you how we achieved the flowers in the centre of the quilt, the pattern. So I've taken my marker and we've drawn some wavy lines. Just like that, and then just came back along this way. And we end up with squares that are not all uniform, which makes a nice effect. I've taken this one and I've come round and rounded off that square like that. Then I've gone round and done it inside a bit like that. I then came over and did this one, and again just rounding off the square like that. And then we'll come and do this one. So you can see they're forming some flowers. And I like the effect that it's bringing in. I'll use this one or this one. I'll use this one. They're not uniform. They don't have to be. They just make a nice effect. And we'll come in here and do this one as well. And here, there's one here. One here. And we've got a little circle here. We can come round and put one in here. Okay, I'm not bothered about the empty spaces there. We can put another one here and fill the square out. Okay, and from there I've come in and I've taken a green pencil for this demonstration, and we're going to fill in all the little spaces in between in this. And I've used, in the quilt I have used a stippling to batten down in between where you can see there's some negative spaces. It's a little bit time consuming, but the effect is pretty good. So there we have it, the centre flower done. And I've used a variegated thread in the quilt. And now I'm going to take a multicolour variegated thread and I'm going to outline each one of these flowers. And then afterwards I'm going to take a white thread and go in between and actually batten them right down. So it may take a little time, but we'll get there. So I've re-threaded my machine and I'm going to start in this area here, in the centre of this flower. Bring my bobbin up. Okay, So I'm going to go round this flower, just a little circle here, and then I'm just going to take myself around this area. And you can do this without drawing it in. I have just drawn it in because it's new to me and I just wanted to see how it was going, but I also wanted it to be easily seen for you ladies, or quilters as I should say. And when we come into them, we just come out and go into the next one. You come down and do a circle here. So you're rounding off the squares, you're just going and making it softer. I made that. So I'll fill the centre in, then I'm going to just take it up and echo around the inside. Each of these. Yes, quite like that. And when we come to the end, these gaps in between will be battened down with white, black, any colour you choose, but I will do mine in white so that these become more prominent. And I may well go round it again yet as I come back round. I may decide that I want a bit more detail in it. So it is a matter of just taking the machine around the shapes to create a random flower. And I think when we get to the end, right the way round, it will look quite good. So just coming into the last area here, and we'll just do this last one, and then I think I might just take away the blue lines so that you can see what's going to happen here. So we've completed this area in the center here, and I'm going to take it over to the ironing board, and I'm going to take away these blue lines behind so we can see what actually effect we do get. Now just look what we've created. Very nice. Just done a beige, sandy colour stipple in between all the flowers, and it's come out very nice.